With a new Mortal Kombat game coming out, I think it's time we review the first ever Mortal Kombat film adaptation from 1995. First, I need to acknowledge that this movie is PG-13, so they couldn't do any of the fatalities because of the franchise's young fanbase at the time. Now I'm seeing history repeat itself. First, there's Liu Kang, played by Robin Shou. I guess the Magic Mike joke in the later movies holds up very well. His motivation for attending the tournament is to avenge his brother's death. Speaking of his brother, oh great, this cliche. He also suffers from I don't believe cliche earlier in the movie. Next up is Raiden, played by Christopher Lambert. Why the hell is he white? Christopher Lambert is a good actor, however, I just don't like the sound of his voice.
World is but one of many realms. One of them is a forsaken land called Outworld.
I like it better on the lines of,
I am glad the pages turned with Tarkata. Your spine has been healed.
that. Also, I never got why it took a long time for Liu Kang to figure out that this random-ass cracker is Raiden. Did he never show up to any of these things before? Or did he, and Liu Kang just wasn't there? You should be glad he never went Flight 214 on your hiney. Then there's Johnny Cage, played by Lyndon Ashby, whose main motivation is to prove the public that he's not a fake. I mean, have you seen this scene? He kind of is a fake. This is more of a nitpick, but Lyndon doesn't really bring that much character to Johnny Cage. What I mean by that is that he comes off as an everyday asshole and not a fun-loving asshole.
Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car.
What I mean by fun-loving asshole is that. But again, it's mostly a nitpick. Lyndon is not a bad actor, he's subpar at best, meaning he has his good acting moments and his bad acting moments too. He even has a good quote, but is poorly delivered.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole. This is where you fall down.
And he's also got a funny scene here and there.
While you're at it, why don't you call my agent?
Do I look like your secretary?
Badass introduction, by the way. Next up is Sonya, played by Bridget Wilson, whose main motivation is to kill Kano for her partner's death. No, not that kind of partner. The other kind of partner. Get your mind out of Tumblr. She's another subpar actor, meaning she has her good and her bad moments.
Let's go! 60 seconds to target. Jax, is the perimeter secured?
Look!
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need your help. I can take care of myself.
Also, Jax is in this movie. Why the hell is this boat CGI?
Sonya, don't get on that thing. Hey, Sonya!
You and your bad acting can't save her yourself? Oh yeah, right, you ain't going through that shit again. Then there's Kano, played by Trevor Goddard, who's another decent actor, but he dies very early on and never gets to use his laser eye. Then there's the man everyone remembers from this movie, Shang Tsung. Corey Hiroyuki is sadly another subpar actor.
You killed her partner, didn't you? This is no time for foolish pride. You've never been so close to absolute victory, which is why I've come to warn you of another danger.
And at the same time, does have a memorable line.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Fatality.
Then there's Katana, played by Talisa Soto. Why the hell is she white? She doesn't really do anything in this movie, and is mostly in it for exposition.
To win your next match, use the element which brings life. Was the rightful ruler of Outworld. Then his best warriors lost 10 mortal combats, and the Emperor entered the realm, killed my parents, and adopted me. You're finally learning, Liu Kang.
Finally learning what? How to fight a superhero? Because he already figured out how to do Taiyo Gakkasu. In fact, the exposition about her is so poorly timed.
Princess Kitana. She's our most dangerous adversary.
The Emperor's adopted daughter?
I take it back, I'm glad that she's white, because she probably would have ended up in one of these. Then there's Goro, the puppet work is well done, and the voice acting by Kevin Michael Richardson is well done too.
Is it time?
Then there's Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They do explain that they're rivals, but I don't like how they're Shang Tsung's slaves in this. Hell, Sub-Zero uses his ice powers more than Scorpion uses his fire powers. Scorpion's hook is now a dragon chain, which I don't really mind, it's a decent change. Later for it to be killed, so what's the point? Then there's Reptile. I really hate this stupid creature. He looks like if a long-gone lizard fetus had a life. But they make up for it in the end. Finally, I want to talk about a character named Art Lin, who's the original character. They give him a backstory. They kill him off. We're supposed to feel sad because the characters feel sad. And he was never a fighter in any future game since. By the way, is that the guy from Squid Game? He looks like the guy from Squid Game. That guy right here also looks like Steven Spielberg. This movie is very dependent on CGI for some reason, and this is probably not a shocker, but the CGI is really bad. Some people might excuse it because it's 1995, but come on people, Terminator 2, Jurassic Park, not an excuse. Why the hell is this door CGI? Now on to the physical stuff. I like the place with all the cultural statues, showing us that Mortal Kombat has been going on for a long time. There's beach arenas. I really like the design of this forest here. I just wish Scorpion would have 2020 the place. The bamboo fire pit is well designed. Seriously, how come that's not a stage in Mortal Kombat? The ruined Buddhist temple, where Liu Kang's brother got Bisha. The design of Outworld, with its ruined statues, dark atmosphere, and Mesa Verde. There's also this shot for the ladies. Doors with the skeletons of Mongol invasion victims. And of course, the final battle arena with the game's logo. Why the hell is everything in this big government movie CGI? Imperious Rex! Starting off with the action, we got the cafeteria fight scene, which reminds me of when I went to jail when I was 12. Next up is Liu Kang having a staff fight with Cinnamon. Again, why isn't this character in the games? You could have called him Staff Man. They do a mix of kung fu and bamboo stunts in the bamboo fire pit fight scene.
Get down here!
And one of the closest things we will ever get to a fatality and or seeing Kung Lao in this movie. Sub-Zero earning a spot on Rock and Roll Villain Defeat videos on YouTube. The fight scene with Kano and Sonya is fun and brutal. Johnny Cage paying tribute to Jean-Claude Van Damme. The fight scene with Reptile is pretty fun, especially with the music choice in the background. If I were to nitpick, it's a little bit too dark, but hey, it's still fun. The final fight with Shang Tsung is pretty cool, especially since they played the theme song during it. And Liu Kang fights Shang Tsung's past victims. Fucking spikes! And really, you can't give Shang Tsung a more epic fatality, instead of just one spike to the heart. Overall, despite its flaws, Mortal Kombat is one of the best video game to movie adaptations. And if I were to give one more flaw, take a look at the ending music. It sounds like Taylor Swift singing the theme song to Smash Bros. Brawl. Alright, now that I'm done with that, I wonder what else I'm gonna review. No.